Welcome to Forever Sports with Lucania. I'll be keeping you company for 2 days. First Bledisloe clash between New Zealand and Australia. One that I personally am very excited to get underway. Obviously, it has been a build-up with quite a plenty of controversy, just in terms of, especially from the Australian camp perspective, with three of the sort of star players being banned, owing to, in the main, breaching team protocol. I think definitely when we look at the personnel who will be missing out, Nasarani, who was quite massive sort of in the Falcon test match, and he's also been a mainstay sort of in the Australian squad, right? And obviously Kurabeti, and I think he will be sorely missed for this clash. But as you would have seen, and some of you might have picked up, right, we've got Jordan coming in for Kurabeti. So perhaps I'm a massive fan of Jordan. Perhaps he will, hopefully Kurabeti won't be missed much in this first clash. But I think for starters, let's just run through the respective lineups. Right. Good morning to everyone, and please do, perhaps what we can do is just let me know who do you think will win this first Bledisloe clash. Obviously, New Zealand coming off a very good series against Fiji, right? Tightly contested, I think, and at times perhaps the scores, right, between the host and the Fijian side were a bit. They didn't tell quite a true story, because I really think Fiji applied themselves pretty well during the series, but obviously the quality of All Blacks shone through right at the end. And then you also saw a fiercely contested series, from I say 3-match series between Australia and France, and Australia just winning that series 2-1. Yeah, it was 2-1, and all the games were literally tight right down to the last minute. So I think the one thing we know is both sides are coming off a win, all right? So they'll be coming into sort of the series with a bit of confidence. And we've been seeing plenty of that on social media, especially from the Australian camp. They seem like they fully back themselves to let's say, to beat the All Blacks rather than cause an upset. But I think if we're true to ourselves, right, the All Blacks have been sort of the standard in world rugby. Right, even though South Africa are the world champs, right? So it will be somewhat of a disappointment, one may argue, right? Should Australia win, but I don't think too many of us rugby fans will be surprised. We've got Nzanzi's Comic Club saying All Blacks by 25s, and Ndobe Gokumed is saying All Blacks by 10 points plus. I think I'll stay out of the predictions, right? Yesterday I was asked about the Bulls Sharks game, and I got it horribly wrong. I thought the Bulls will walk away with the victory, but I think the Sharks were fantastic and blew the Bulls off the park. So perhaps I'll shy away from predictions right at this moment. So just for those who haven't seen the respective starting lineups, all right, I'll start with the Australian side as the visitors. All right, we've got Australia number 1, James Slipper. Number 2, Brandon Pianga Amosa. Number 3, Alan Alalotoa. Number 4, Dossi Swain. Number 5, Lucan Salikai Lotto. Number 6, Rob Valentini. 7, the captain, the ever-present Michael Hooper. 8, the hardworking Harry Wilson. Right, at 9, we've got Tate McDermott. 10, we've got Noah Lolesio. 11, we've got Andrew Callaway, speedster. 12, we've got Hunter Piasami. 13, we've got Len Ikatua. 14, we've got Jordan Piatia. And 15, we've got Tom Banks. 16, Jersey Ulisia. 17, Ball. 18, Tapua. 9, Philip. 20, McWright. 21, Gordon. 22, Tamoa. And 23, Reese Hodge. And just looking at the New Zealand team, we've got in the 1 jumper, George Bauer. 2, Cody Taylor. 3 Nepo Lualala, 4 Brody Retallick, 5 champion captain for the All Blacks, Sam Whitelock, 6 Akira Ioni, 7 Dalton Papaili, 8 we've got Audi Sevilla, 9 we've got the man who'll be playing his 100th game, and I think definitely will go down as a legend of the game, right? And I think I rate him right up there, right? Top 3 All Black of all time. That's my personal preference. I think he's been fantastic, and he's been central to everything good that New Zealand has sort of achieved in the last sort of 20 years, or at least since I've been watching rugby. One of the mainstays has definitely been Aaron Smith. And then the 10 jumper, we've got Richie Mwanga. 11, we've got Rico Ioni. 12, we've got David Havili. 13, Enton Lennon Brown. 14, Sivu Reese. And in the 15 jumper, we've got D-Mac, Damien McKenzie. 16, we've got Coles. 17, Tana Kufea. 18, Taya Afua. 19, Barrett. 20, Jacobson. 21, Weber. 22, and 23, the Barrett brothers. All right, so just let me know, and perhaps let's enter into the chat of Aaron Smith. I think he's been one of the standout players for the All Blacks, and it's fantastic to see him get to the 100 mark. But please do let me know in the comment section. Welcome to everyone who's joined me since we've gone live. All right, let's just hear your score predictions on the scoreboard. We've already got Mzansi Comic Club and Ndobeko Kumede already given their predictions. All Blacks by 25, and Ndobeko saying All Blacks by 10 points. Right. As I said at the top of the show, I think I'll shy away from giving any predictions. Right. Got it horribly wrong yesterday. All right. But I think if I had to, gun to my head, I would expect New Zealand to walk away with a victory. All right. They're playing at home, team in form. Right, and I think just generally, when I watch the Australian side, sort of through the French series, I think, sort of not sure yet. All right, obviously new coaching staff, new management, they haven't had much time. All right, but it's going to be interesting to see. And I think Ian Foster is starting to sort of find his game plan and how he wants the All Blacks to play. All right. I think at stages, they definitely were dominated physically. Right. And it'll be interesting to see if the All Blacks have made any improvements sort of to their breakdown, because I think if there's an area of concern, right, judging from the Fiji game, was just how sort of weak they were come breakdown time. And obviously, we know Australia's got a breakdown specialist in Michael Hooper, who loves to get in there and disrupt. So it'll be interesting to see sort of what work the All Black management team has done, but I'm sure they've sort of, gotten things together and worked on that particular area in great detail. But we can see both sides in national anthem time. All right, so we can't be too far away from this first clash. All right, it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the boys will have in store for us. So before the game starts, maybe quickly go grab, depending where you are in the world. All right, I've got my coffee here. Go grab your coffee, drink of choice. Could be a bev, it could be a long one, as we also eagerly await the big game. I think, arguably one of the biggest games, especially for me, right, in the last sort of 4 years. All right, besides the World Cup, obviously. All right, it's the final game of the British and Irish Lions versus Springbok series. Nervous. I don't know about everyone else, but this week as a South African, all right, it's been quite a tough one as a rugby lover. I'm just trying to sort of predict and just wonder what will be come the end of today. But I back my boys. Back the boys will come through. Right. But we're not too far away. Got the All Blacks now deep in their national anthem. Boys look focused. It's sure to be a humdinger. I will say as well, I think one of the battles that one of the battles that I'm definitely looking forward to in this particular game has to be the 12th duel. I think David Havili, I think a master stroke from Ian Foster and his men, right, to get David Havili and shift him into the 12th channel. Because I've always felt like, New Zealand are blessed with 15s, so they needed just that focal point to 12. And I felt as good as Anthony Brown is, as good as Jack Goodhue are, I think they more sort of, you can't really set them up as the focal point that you can play around. That's just my personal opinion. And I think that's why the All Blacks have sort of looked toothless at times, especially just from first phase ball. But I think David Havili's got the physicality, right? But more so, he also has the feet, right, to make things happen and actually get over the advantage line. And we know how important that is for the All Blacks. Because that automatically triggers and gets their forwards going. And that's when we see Aaron Smith dictate, is able to engage the defensive line, third pillar, create spaces for his forwards, but also then it creates space outside for New Zealand. And we know how good they are in terms of just exploiting and exposing that space out wide. But yeah, I think Hunter Piasani, right, it won't be a walkover. Very physical, very good ball carrier, nuggety player, all right, sort of in the mold, it's very stocky physical inside center. So that's certainly one battle that I am looking forward to, right, in the back line. And yeah, it's going to be a massive test for Noah, right, a youngster in the 10 jumper for for Australia. Obviously, would have learned quite a bit from having Quaid in the camp over the sort of past few days. And if anyone can instill a sense of confidence in the player, I think Quaid is arguably one of the few players that can do that. I mean, he's up against someone who at this moment, I think he's playing exceptional rugby. Rich Mawunga is arguably one of the best first fives fly-offs in the world. All right, I'll go as far as saying that. But yeah, as I've said, I think who wins this game in the main and who is able to gain the ascendancy, right? Yes, it's cliche, but I think it's whoever wins that breakdown, because I think we saw against Fiji that New Zealand are vulnerable in that area. And I mean, they've got ball carriers right throughout their pack. So it makes sense why that area will sort of be a bit light. I mean, we look at the loose trio in Ayoni, Papayili, and Savia, or one could argue all ball carriers. Not too many of them actually play towards the ball. Yes, Savila can play the drill, but I think he enjoys running with the ball more, if you're being honest. But yeah, I think whoever dominates that breakdown area, right, and whichever 10 is able to get control of the game. Obviously, that's rugby cliche, but I really, really think it's going to be vital come the breakdown. The breakdown's going to be, and we're away. Australia kicking us off, playing from right to left, sorry. And a good take there from Sivu Rees first up. Aaron Smith dishes up to Papayili. I love Papayili, a workhorse. Absolutely a workhorse. I think the Blues have got something special going there. I mean, two of the Lucy's are starting. It's good to see. Yeah, exit there from Aaron Smith. Very good kick. Taking place sort of just short of the halfway line. First throw in here for Australia. See where they go. Boom. Back ball. New Zealand doing well to disrupt here, playing the man in the air there. Or rather high tackle. It'll be interesting to see what they opt for first up here. Okay, Banks. They're looking for a corner. So clearly Australia have come to play here. Interesting call. I would have thought test match footy. All right. Have a first crack at goal. Perhaps just slightly out of range for the respective kickers. Yeah, clean playing the man in the air there by Ayoni. Kira, but yeah, Australia with an early opportunity, yeah, just inside 5 meters inside All Blacks 22. Go back ball again. Once again, that maul is disrupted. A knock on at line out time there for Australia. First error there for Australia. New Zealand left off the hook there momentarily. See, on our first scrum of the game. Yeah, unfortunately, just losing it in the air. Australia will perhaps feel hard done by them. You see the two brain trust. First scrum, obviously always a key area of the game. See how this goes. Australia got a very good front row. I rate Slipper and Alotoa. Yeah, Havili again just managing to get over the advantage line. Very good feet. Good clearance there by Richie. Tom Banks, we're now, boy. Yeah, as expected, hardly kicks this man. Always looking to run. Right, Callaway doing well there to protect the ball now. Australia on the 10-meter line. Looking to attack. Yeah, Cam Brody. Formed part of the ruck, mate. Have to get out of there. Yeah, Australia yet again with an opportunity, presented an opportunity to knock this down into All Blacks, into the All Blacks off and see what attack they can launch from there. Measured start though so far from both sides. 4 minutes to play. Both sides just trying to suss out, just get that feel and get into the game. All right. If anything, Australia have had a bit of the ball to play with. All right, and now they're inside the All Blacks half, right on the 10-meter line. Unfortunately, tipped at the top of the line out, and McDermott is not able to collect yet another unforced errors. And I think, Australia just simply cannot afford to have these handling errors. I mean, against the New Zealand side, you almost have to be clinical to be able to beat them. So, I think Rennie will not be too pleased with how the boys have started. Just a couple of unforced errors, right? Visited the All Blacks half twice, and they have knocked it on, gifting the position to the All Blacks. But let's see what the All Blacks can trigger from here. Yeah, both sides very flat. See Rich Mwanga engaging the line at the back, something, yeah. All Blacks looking very flat on attack. Y'all let me know in the comment section what your score predictions are for this game. All right, the first Bledlow Cup. And promises to be an exciting series. Got to reset scrum, yeah. Solid scrum there from the All Blacks. Good second shove there from Australia. Good hit there on David Havili, forcing an error on center field. Right, to knock on, playing the ball on the ground. And Australia, once again, have got an opportunity. But fantastic defense there from Australia. Right, being able to shield the New Zealand attack effectively. All right, but equally a very big hit there on David Havili, dislodging the ball. And yet again, Australia presented the opportunity to knock this deep inside the All Blacks half. Oh, that's a poor kick by Tom Banks. Surely he's looking for more than that. Yeah, did say in that 12 channel it's going to be a heated battle. Yeah, Banks should have given his side a bit more there. But nevertheless, Australia, yeah, Stu in the lineouts. Game just riddled with errors, very stop-start at the moment. But definitely the Australian management team will be a bit disappointed. Right, 3 times in the All Blacks half, haven't been able to even set up past 2 phases. Yeah, just Australia need to sort out their lineouts. I think their movements on the ground just a bit too slow at this moment, giving New Zealand plenty of time to set. And as a result, yeah, New Zealand are just having a field day at the moment. Brodie Retallick getting up well. Right. And Australia will read these opportunities. With the All Blacks, once you get an opportunity, you at least have to try and walk away with 3 points. Now New Zealand on the attack in their own half. Looking to spread it out wide. D-Mac got it to Sivu Reese. Fantastic tackle there by Callaway on Sivu. Yeah, Australia doing very well there to shadow the New Zealand attack. You can clearly see New Zealand trying to get it out wide. Right. I would like to see them actually just set it up initially in midfield before trying to go out wide. You know, it's the old adage that you have to earn the right to go wide. Missed line out again there by Australia. Oh man, can't seem to get the set piece going. But New Zealand now on the attack. Brodie Retallick there, Aaron Smith to Brodie. D-Mac on the ball. Good tackle there by Noah. Forcing New Zealand slightly back. And New Zealand back on the attack. Looking forward, overlap. RD. Very good skills there from Rico Ione with the tap on, but unfortunately RD knocking it on there. Australia in trouble there for a moment. All right, and it's always fantastic to see how New Zealand are just always able to create space and overlaps out wide. But unfortunately, that time, RD not able to collect. Would have been interesting. Would have been interesting had he collected. Yeah, it's just a bit of a scrappy game. Right, yet another unforced error. Right, both sides haven't settled quite well just yet. But I think that is test footy, you know, so much on the line, and how fantastic it is to see crowds in the stadium, man. Let's see now Australia, what they'll be looking to do here. Scrum down, Australia ball on their own 10-meter line. It seems as though the last 2 scrums, New Zealand have just gained a bit of ascendancy at scrum time. Right, nothing to write home about just yet, but it's an area that Slipper and Aluato want to fix pretty soon. And they're straight down, New Zealand pinned as I say that. Right, Nepa just not able to hold his body weight. Australia yet again presented with an opportunity, you know, to gain the territorial advantage, you know, and see what they can do with it inside the All Blacks half. Very stop-start game. No, man, Banks needs to do better kicking out of hand. No ways. I think it's a very important skill to have someone who can bang it 20, 30 meters down, right? It just gives you so much more. Currently, he's giving his team like 10 meters, not good enough. Australia on the attack here, hitting it up in midfield. McDermott whipping around, paying Harry Wilson. Ooh, offsides there from New Zealand. Lennon Brown. Leonard Brown. And I must say, New Zealand as well against Fiji, they were always flirting with the defensive line. And I think it's something that most teams may be going into the Rugby Championship that can make officials aware of. Right, I just feel they creep up a bit. always offside, especially on the blind. But yet again, there an unforced error there from Australia. Bit of an obstruction there, bit of miscommunication, and the All Blacks got an opportunity to knock this on. And just look at the difference. Rich Mo'unga is able to give his team 30 meters. Unfortunately, just a bit of miscommunication there from Harry Wilson and his hooker. Let's see now what New Zealand will do. And I think so often we've seen how New Zealand, their strike rate is phenomenal. You know, they first visit inside the Australian 22. Let's see what they can do. You know, in terms of line-out proficiency, they've got a 58% strike rate, and that's massive. Give them 2 line-outs in your 22, they're sure to at least score 1. I think that's a fantastic rate. Yeah, Smith, inside ball, no, dummy, inside. Really fantastic carry. Good hustling there from the Australian side, right? Forcing an error there on Richie Mo'unga, ripping it in the tackle. But yeah, once again, a fantastic carry there from David Avili, able to get New Zealand over the advantage line. I'm really excited to see what he becomes in that inside, in that inside center berth. I think he's so far from what I've seen. All right, obviously it was Fiji. All right, so he was playing with front foot ball. All right, Australia now sort of been only 15 minutes, but I'm excited to see, how he goes and how he fares in that 12 jersey. I think New Zealand might have found an answer to an area that I think has been their weakness sort of since we saw SBW move out the game. I think them losing that focal point in their attack has sort of, caused them to be more beatable. Right, still a fantastic rugby playing nation. All right, but I think that just gave most teams belief. Yeah, Australia with a solid enough scrum there. Well collected there by D-Mac. D-Mac looking to trigger an attack. Floats one to Rico. Rico looking to get around Tom Banks. Strong fend. Pops over. Good continuity there onto Leonard Brown. Good carry there by Skipper. Whitelock. D-Mac in the 10 roll. A flat pass there by Sevilla. Judged to be forward. Yeah, once again, another infringement, another unforced error. Scrum down, Australian ball. It's been stop-start at the moment, no real continuity right to the game. Yeah, maybe it's a bit greasy down in Eden Park. Oh, yeah, clean to Cody Taylor. Cody Taylor slightly overrunning that one. But good thinking there by Sevilla, playing the +1. See what Australia can do. Yeah, center scrum, just inside the half. I think it's always nice, nice ball to run with. But let's see what they can put together. Scrum first. You need to win the scrum. Oh, James Slipper. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting call there at scrum time. James Slipper pinned for going straight down. Right, I think New Zealand rather fortunate there because I think there was a bit of forward momentum there for Australia. All right, and as a result, the player under pressure is the one who then loses his footing. However, the ref judged otherwise. Yeah, Australia will feel hard done by there. I think Australia clean forward momentum. Yes, Slipper falls, but my call there is I feel Australia slightly hard done by, but it will give Richie Mo'unga an opportunity to knock this one over and give New Zealand the early lead. Yeah, right. Haven't been too many opportunities, scoring opportunities. Right, I would argue that Australia have had 2 kickable penalties, but they've opted against it. Right, opting to go for the corner, right, which hasn't been too successful up until this point. Right, and here we have Rich Mawanga, and interesting to see there Sivu Reese holding the ball. So I think that's a clear indication that conditions are maybe a bit blistery out there, a bit windy out there. But let's see if Richie would be able to get New Zealand up and running. Steps up, knocks it dead bang straight. Yeah, it's 3 points. And with that, New Zealand take the early lead. All right, so with just 18 minutes played, all right, New Zealand 3, Australia 0. Fantastic kick there by Richie Mawanga. Yeah, it's had plenty. He had plenty still. Australia will be a bit worried. So anything within 50 meters, I think Richie will be more than comfortable to knock it over. Good, well fielded there by Sivu Reese. We're away. Aaron Smith to Whitelock. Taking play just on the 22. Yeah, Richie bangs it straight down the middle. Oh, no ways. Penalty. It's Tom Bag saying that it came off the face. I also thought initially it came off the face, but the ref has judged it as a knock-on. Yeah, ref. Well, that's messy. I think it's quite windy out there. Clearly that Tom Banks misjudged that big time. Right. But once again, New Zealand with the prime opportunity, center scrum on the 22 of Australia. Yeah, perfect attacking ball. Yeah, got both sides. Options, both sides. Let's see what trick play they have in store for us. Yeah. If any side can score from first phase ball, right, it is New Zealand. Exceptional skills, I think, yeah. It just pays so much attention to just the softer skills, man, the softer skills. Scrum down first, right, it's been hotly contested. I think pretty even Stevens at the moment. Come scrum time. Yo. Go blind there, playing D-Mac. Good continuity there, good rack speed. Fortunately, Sam just trying to, again, ref, no. I disagree with that. I disagree with that call. All right, he's pinned Australia for the scrum. I think, once again, a very harsh call. Right, it was an even contest. Yes, the All Blacks got the second shove, but I think equally, New Zealand got the second shove, but equally Australia were always in the fight. Right, they never backed out, and actually they had a second shove as well. But seemingly the ref pinning Australia, right, New Zealand penalty, and I expect Richie Mawanga here to knock this one over. I have to disagree with that decision as well. Yeah, this should be easy. Saw him knock one over from about 50 meters. Right, from 20 to 22 meters out, I expect him to do nothing but that. Knocks it over, extends. New Zealand leads by a further 3 points. All right, we've got New Zealand, the All Blacks, we've got 6, and Australia 0 after 23 minutes odd played, 22 minutes odd played. Right, and I think if I'm being honest, both of those calls came at scrum time. Rather unfortunate for the Australian side, right? But whatever, Rich Mawanga was able to make it count. Very good take there from David Avili, and equally a fantastic exit. I think that's also the strength and the lovely thing of having him at the inside center, right position. Simply the fact that it does give you the boot option. He's got a massive boot on him. So it's fantastic when you can have a 10 and a 12. We can, once again, New Zealand playing the man in the air. Right, ref says, yeah, advantage, playing advantage. What can Australia do here with advantage? Callaway doing very well. Good kick down, but unfortunately it's gone too far. Surely no advantage, or has ref called advantage over? Yeah, Australia initially doing very well. They're popping the ball amongst their backline players. Callaway doing well. And a decent kick, but unfortunately it's just gone too far. All right, and seemingly the ref had called advantage over for that. As you can see, drop goal from behind the poles. Callaway fielded that well. Australia with an opportunity here once again. Surely they'll want to leave the New Zealand half with a couple of points. All right, even if it's 3, playing advantage there, slowing down the ball. New Zealand, no advantage. Yeah, no advantage there. Ref calls them back. It'll be interesting. Australia have had 2 opportunities to go for poles right up till now. This is the 3rd. It'll be interesting to see what skipper Hooper does. Does he go for 3 points, or does he try and go for the corner? Yeah, no, places the ball down. I think, sensible decision made here. Australia looking to go for the 3 points and reduce the deficit to just 3 points after sort of 25 minutes played in this game. I must admit, a rather, stop-start game. Quite a lot of infringements in the tackle in particular, right? A few knock-ons. But let's hope that both teams are just sort of, it's like those first few rounds of a boxing encounter, just feeling each other out, right? And I'm sure as the game progresses, sort of both teams will settle into exactly what it is that they're trying to do and they're trying to achieve. Yeah, I've seen from both sides that seemingly, ball struggling to stay on the tee, so perhaps a bit of wind. Right, Noah here looking to reduce the deficit to 3 points. See what the youngster can do here. Steps up. Oh, that's horrendous. Unfortunately, Noah is not able to get those 3 points, and that will be a major, it's never nice. Forwards have done well to get you in that position, but unfortunately he's not able to add the 3 points. But back underway, deep drop kick there from Richie. Sent up there, fantastic kick by Noah in response, well chased up by Australian players Tom Banks and Bellatini. Yeah, New Zealand looking to run it here. Then Brown, very good carry, bumping a couple of guys, a couple of would-be defenders. New Zealand opening it up well. I like how they just, their pods are just a channel wider than usual. All right, and obviously exposing sort of the outside channels far better. Right. Good angle. Richie. David, sorry, fantastic offload there by David Avila to D-Mac. D-Mac still going. Good work there by Hooper. Once again, I think New Zealand, that is one area for certain that they have been lacking. It's just the breakdown, right? And Hooper is able to get his hands in there. Probably fortunate because I felt like it was diving over. Sam Whitelock getting in there, disrupting, and Australia pinned. Rather fortunate there as well. Right. Maybe it should have just been a contest. Fantastic work there by Sam Whitelock. But yeah, the ref awarding New Zealand with a penalty. Right. Richie Mwonga here with an opportunity to add 3 more points. Yeah, just one could argue no advantage played there. Right. New Zealand did knock on the ball in the tackle. Right. But yeah, ref seeing it otherwise, right? And Richie Mwanga's got an opportunity here to add 3 more points. Once again, another infringement, right? And I think, yeah, it's really hard done by there once again. But you see Richie with an opportunity to extend the All Blacks lead, right? Just under 30 minutes played. We've got that New Zealand currently on 6, Australia 0. But it's clear to see that New Zealand are full of running, right, trying to spread it from wing to wing. And I mean, that's sort of been the New Zealand way to play, try get around you. And if they can't, they then revert back to trying to get through you. Yeah, Richie knocks that one over. And it's 9-0 to New Zealand. And all of a sudden, New Zealand starting to pull away. Right, and all this is going to do, scoreboard pressure. Australia are going to feel like they need to play more, right, and that's where New Zealand can actually then hurt them. Noah getting us underway. Havili again, fantastic work there from Valentini. Yeah, fantastic work and chase there by Valentini, putting plenty of pressure on David Havili. All right, All Blacks not doing too well there with the screen. All right, and yet again, Australia with an opportunity sort of 5 meters outside the All Blacks 22. All right, they've had plenty of visits down here, but haven't been able to walk away with points, whereas we see New Zealand, every time they get inside the half of the Australians, they are able to walk away with a couple of points. Harry Wilson, good carry, never released there, Mr. Ref. Good carry there by Valentini. McDermott, once again, New Zealand offsides. A high tackle. Right, I think they should really watch that offsides line, man. Just Australia with the opportunity to finally break their duck. All right. I'd expect the call will come from Hooper. Yeah, high tackle there by Retallick. Unfortunately, when you look at the height of the two, McDermott's already short, going further down, so possibly those were the mitigating factors, right? Because it looked rather dangerous there from Retallick. But alas, Noah's got an opportunity to reduce the deficit to 6 points. He did miss his first kick, but we know he's quite a proficient kicker. All right, so I'd expect him to knock this one over. Yeah. And finally, Australia register on the scoreboard. So less than 10 minutes to go to halftime. The score 9, New Zealand, Australia 3. A rather very stop-start game, error-riddled game. Haven't seen much continuity from either side. Right, but I suppose that's what Test footy is all about. Well taken there by the Australians. Valentini, he's going to have a big game if Australia have any chance. Oh, he looks knocked out there. Oh, error kick there from Noah. Oh, massive hit there on Rico. But Scrappy, really doing well to mop it up. Well taken there. Good tracking back. Callaway. Oh, giving Australia an opportunity to just reset, take a breather. Also relieve a bit of pressure. As you saw with that passage of play, a bit scrappy, both sides just, seemingly don't have their plans on lock just yet. Poor kick from Noah, but I think very good pressure from the outside backs of the Australians, putting pressure on the New Zealand side. But also, once again, just disrupting a breakdown time. And I think, we saw that D-Mac had to pick up and go, all right, just causing a bit of issues there at the breakdown as things stand. Fantastic carry there. Once again, Hooper is in there quickly. Now Aaron Smith, Richie, Harry had to be made up. Akira Ioni, looking for that offload to Severies, but unfortunately he cannot handle. And once again, Australia doing very well when it comes to the breakdown. I think initially just, stopping Hooper did well. Did very well to stop the New Zealand, but you can see Richie Mwanga able to get the offload onto Akira. Akira making a couple of yardage. Unfortunately, there, Severies couldn't read it effectively. Australia with the line out here on the 22. I've gone for a short line out. I think good call. McDermott up front. Going for something a bit more innovative. Right, I think they've just been so poor. Right, come on line out time, just not moving quick enough. Hooper, half gap. Good support there from his number 12. No, man, come on, ruck is formed, Aaron. Right, but unfortunately, already playing penalty advantage, offsides. It's pretty much New Zealand, always offsides. Glad the officials have picked up on that. All right, something that I did stress, sort of start opening stanza of this game, opening 20 minutes or so. I just feel New Zealand tend to just creep off sides like always. It was bad against the Fijian team. But alas, here once again, Australia with an opportunity. All right, good innovation there at line out time, going to the front to McDermott. All right, let's see what Australia have in store for us. Again, short line out to Valentini in the 13 channel. Go straight to the number 12. Fantastic carry. Callaway, surely all the way. Fantastic score there by Australia. Right, and Callaway is over for the 5-pointer. Once again, fantastic work there initially done by the number 12, Hunter Piasami. It was always going to, if Australia were going to get any front football, right, it was going to come from Piasami. Fantastic carry, good fend, very good support play there from Callaway, inside ball. Richie missing the tackle there, busting the tackle, hand off, offload, and Callaway is over. Noah will be looking to add the 2 points, right, and possibly, give the lead to Australia for the first time in the game. And I think, a fantastic time to strike for the Australians, right, just sort of with less than 4 minutes to go until halftime, right, that will give them a major boost, right. Most probably coaching staff is just thinking now, please just proper exit, right, after this kick, and let's get back deep inside the New Zealand half. But yeah, we see Noah with an opportunity to add the 2 points, right? And if it does, Australia will take the lead for the first time in this game. Lines it up, young man lines it up. Yeah, unfortunately not able to convert. All right, and New Zealand still in the lead here, a 1 point lead. All right, and yeah, Noah will just be ruining the opportunity that is missed. That's 5 points now, and against a New Zealand side, you cannot afford to give, to leave any points behind. Yeah, good exit there by Australia, but D-Mac doing very well on the touchline. Rico Ione taking it up to halfway line. Rich Mwanga testing the blind. New Zealand here on the attack, just inside Australian half. Right, still playing advantage. Good carry there by Akira. Unfortunately, no advantage. And once again, that will be so annoying for the Australian management team. All right, a technical error there. All right, chases in front of the kicker. Yeah, that's a coach killer, man. That's a coach killer. Especially considering that they've just, scored a very good try, but now they've gifted the All Blacks an opportunity, an opportunity to possibly walk away with points here just before halftime. And yeah, New Zealand being New Zealand, going for the touchline, right, looking to strike back just before halftime. I called it. That is an absolute coach killer. Now, instead of play taking place halfway line, New Zealand deep inside the 22 of Australia, and they've got them all going. Yeah, now New Zealand on the sort of a meter out, 2 meters out from the Australian try line. Advantage being played for New Zealand here. Pick up and go here from the All Blacks forwards. Yeah, Ardie with that strong leg drive. And Siveries is over. Yeah, I'd expect Rich Mwanga to knock this one over, right, and further extend the All Blacks lead. And once again, Australia will be absolutely livid. All right, all of that came as a result of just an unforced error. All right, players advancing in front of the kicker. Right, and best believe when you are playing against New Zealand, all the technicalities will be questions and it will come under the microscope. But yeah, that takes us to halftime. New Zealand striking just before halftime through Siveries. All right, yeah, let's quickly halftime now. Scores 16 All Blacks, 8 to the Wallabies. Right, a rather start first half there. But yeah, please do go grab your respective beverages, right, and do join me for the second half. Yeah, we're back. Almost time for the second half. Thanks for staying with us at Forever Sports. Right, a rather frustrating first half there. I think, yeah, both sides will be a bit disappointed with just the error rate, right? In more particular, sort of New Zealand. One could argue it's just been uncharacteristic from them, right? Simply because we associate New Zealand with impeccable sort of ball skills, and they always have the ability to do the basics well. But I think that has been a result of the fantastic sort of defensive system of the Australian side, right? Very quick, right? Shutting down space. And I think because of the wind, also the All Blacks were trying to stand a bit flatter, right, in terms of their attacking shape, right? But Australia, defended relatively well. And I think, yeah, just as a player, that last try just before halftime would be massive, massive for the All Blacks. All right, because I think if we went into halftime 9-8, right, it's a different ball game, sort of with Australia then playing with the wind. And yeah, I'd expect nothing less from Australia. All right, if I'm there, I'm trying to definitely kick the leather off the ball, if I could put it that way, all right, and ensure that we are able to get into the half of the New Zealand side and actually see, what we can spark from there. But also on the other side, now we're going to see the All Blacks actually keeping ball in hand. All right. And we know that once they're able to put a couple of phases together, then they could potentially be very dangerous, especially now that they will be forced to keep ball in hand. But it's just going to be interesting to see sort of what changes, all right, they'll make at halftime. And I just genuinely think, all right, just a bit of more patience from both sides. I think both sides are just trying to overplay, all right, and not earning the right to actually go wide. But we'll see. I think if either side is able to put a couple of phases together, they will be sort of in a better position, to make it count, to make the position count, and also at the end of the game walk away with the victory. But obviously, as it stands, all right, scores is 16 to the All Blacks and 8 to the Wallabies. We're not too far away from the second half. All right, so do quickly go get your beverage of choice and do join me, all right, for the second half. And hopefully, as a spectacle, it will be a much better half. All right, but yeah, advantage New Zealand, but it's still all to play for. Yeah, I think brave decision there by Watchalong, right towards the end of the half, opting to go for the line out, right, and once again, New Zealand showing us just how proficient they are, how effective they are, striking when they are in the opposition 2022. But yeah, I think as a game, all even, right? We do have in the comments section, we do have Renew Plays. Hopefully I said that right, saying that not a lot of confidence in Australia winning this. All right, they are behind, all right, 8 points behind at the moment, right? But however, they are playing with the wind behind their backs in the second half. All right, so it'll be interesting to just see if that is with any amount of points or if that gives them much of an advantage. But yeah, we're not too far away, sort of a minute away from resuming the second half. All right, so do grab your breakfast, your beverages, your coffees, your teas, and do join me. I've got my coffee. I'm ready to go. Yeah, obviously, I think a lot of us also waking up today, especially South Africans, with great excitement. It is the final test match of the British and Irish Lions series. And what a series it's been. I think, we saw first game, both teams equally matched, slugfest. All right, British and Irish Lions are victorious there. And in the second test, I thought, captain's knock from Siya Kolisi. All right, and we saw the Boks just put on a more shred performance, right? Clubbing. I think it was clean, convincingly beat the British and Irish Lions, who never looked in the game. All right, and last test match today, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what the British and Irish Lions bring. Just from my perspective, I think very exciting sort of team selections, interesting team selections. All right. But yeah, Steve will be with you later on. All right, for that British and Irish Lions test. So please do join us. All right, but we're almost underway for the second half. All Blacks 16, Wallabies 8. Yeah, let's see what the second half has in store. And yeah, welcome to everyone who's joined us. If you joined us for the first time, thank you for choosing Forever Sports. All right, please do like and subscribe. All right, and yeah, just join the family. We chat about sports, everything sport. All right, rugby is in focus. All right, but we've seen plenty of sport. We've got Olympics going on. But yeah, T20 World Cup coming up. So a lot to get excited about here on this platform. So let's just gather together, chat, bants in the comment section, and let's just engage, right? But I think yeah, even contest here, Aussies definitely come to play, all right? However, also in New Zealand, just need to be a bit more clinical. Let's see what they have to offer. So yeah, we're away. Richie Mwanga taking us away. All Blacks playing from right to left. Good take there by Callaway. Good hit by Sivu. Right, I think there'll be plenty of kicking here from Australia in this half. Right, simply because they've got the wind to their backs. But we shall see what sort of strategy they'll adopt. Simply because, yeah, we saw from New Zealand, they were trying to run it out rather than kick it out, right, which was rather brave, right? But you know, All Blacks play the game the way they want. But yeah, early advantage, yeah, Australia, right, not rolling away there. At right time, Tommy Banks will look to get Australia deep inside the All Blacks half. It takes place sort of 5 meters inside the All Blacks half. Patrick is on the bench. I don't think I'd actually mentioned him when I was speaking about the lineouts. I don't think it was initially there. Yeah, good sack there from the All Blacks at lineout time. Yeah, McDermott sends one up there. Oh, knock on advantage there from Australia. Penalty, surely. Oh, New Zealand lucky to get away with that one because I thought definitely Brodie Retallick purposefully got in the way of that ball, right in front of the kicker. Should have been penalty Australia, in my opinion. However, scrum down, Aussie ball, all right. Good attacking ball inside the All Blacks half. Yeah, play taking place on the All Blacks 10-meter line. We'll be looking, Piasami, I'm sure, will be looking to run it flat, short, and hard, yeah. Haven't seen too much of him in the attacking sense. He's been fantastic on Dido. Reset scrum. Yeah, scrums have been a bit of a mess thus far, and I think, yeah, equally contested. Both sides just trying to gain the advantage in that area. All right, and so far, Australia has been the team that has been nailed more often than not. Disagreed with a couple of those calls. However, yeah, it is what it is. Definitely will be looking to get Jordan Pietea into play. A fantastic player. Fantastic rugby player. I think one for the future, definitely in the 13 jumper as well. He just needs to learn the game a bit, but I'm excited to see what he will bring to Union 15s at international stage. Harry Wilson, 8-9. Out the back. Australia. Australia doing well there to recycle the ball. Once again, both sides looking to go wide without earning the right. I just would have loved to see old-fashioned, headed up in the middle and then go out wide. However, yeah, see now inside ball there. Good continuity there by Australia. McDermott looking for territory. Very good decision there. from the scrum of Australia. Yeah, maybe I'm still old-fashioned, but I think first phase ball, especially if you've got Paisami, who's, very big, physical 12. All right, I'm hitting it up flat. All right, straight from the scrum. Let him run straight at Richie Mawonga, set up, and then look to go wide from there. Australia doing well there to initially disrupt New Zealand, but New Zealand doing well to mop up there through the Centurion, Aaron Smith. Hooper, fantastic hit there. Skipper on skipper. Yeah, it's going to be difficult here. Oh, Richie Mawonga. Oh, New Zealand running it from deep. Oh, good support play there from Brodie Retallick. Oh, New Zealand all the way, coast to coast. Fantastic try there by the All Blacks. Sheesh. Australia cut to bits there. I'll be disappointed as the defensive coach. All right. It was always going to be tricky for the All Blacks to kick it out. They should have anticipated that they'll be running from deep. But yeah, what fantastic support play there by New Zealand. Good continuity. Yeah, Rich Mwonga skinning Harry Wilson there. And yeah, from there on in, simple hands, good running lines, good support from the big lock there, Brodie Retallick. All right. And yeah, from there on, All Blacks numbers outnumbered the Wallabies, and a fantastic score there from deep in the 22. But yeah, it seems as though this sent up to the TMO. Right, might be a bit of an infringement in the build-up of that try. But yeah, what fantastic skills from the All Blacks. If there is any team that can run it from out there. Was this forward from Aaron Smith? I think that's flat. Forward, thoughts? Yeah, it's gonna be a big call. Oof, Australia let off the hook there. Right, so the score is still 16-8 after 46 minutes. All right, that forward pass that pass from Aaron Smith to Brodie deemed to be a forward pass. All right, yeah, Australia lucky there. Australia very, very lucky. Junior Mercy Show game, please. Unfortunately, we don't have the copyrights. All right, and as a result, we are limited in terms of us being able to show the games live on this platform. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, they're bad. Would have loved to. But yeah, Australia get a retrieval there off the hook. All right, for a scrum, center, prime attacking ball once again. First things first is the need to win the scrum. Yeah, early shove there from New Zealand. It seems like they'll go for another scrum here. Yeah, but I think just generally it's been a far better start to the second half. All right, less errors. All right, but yeah, neither team have sort of established themselves and gotten a hold of the game just yet. All right, but we are only 8 minutes into the second half, and we see play taking place on the halfway line. Scrum down, Australia ball, perfect center ball. Opportunities to attack either side. Let's see what Australia will do here. Yeah, well done there from Alotoa. Yeah, unfortunately, Boa there just folding underneath the pressure. Interesting to see. Seems as Noah has pointed to the polls. Yeah, good scrum there from the Australian side of Lotoa. Plenty of pressure there on Boa. Unfortunately, not able to keep his body up. All right, Noah's got an opportunity from about 50 meters. All right, he's got the wind at his back. So you'd like to think he'll be able to knock this one over and make it a 5-point game. Reduce the deficits. Yeah, I was a bit harsh with him for going in terms of his goal kick in the first half, but it's always difficult against the wind. All right, let's see if we can put it right as he's playing with the wind to his back. Short distance won't be an issue. It's just a matter of can he get the direction correct. Slap bang in the middle. Steps up. Unfortunately, he shanked it once again. He's pulled it to the left of the upright. And once again, you know, points kind of begging. What's that now? 8 points. Yeah, unfortunately, Australia will need to fix their goal kicking. They've let go of 8 points, which is massive. 8 points against an All Black side. You can't take that lying down easily. Great take there from Callaway. Good carry there by the Australian side. Good play there from the third. Very good offload in the tackle. See Australia using quite the inside runner, what we call the -1, quite a lot. Dermot looking to exploit the blind side there, but quickly shut down there by Sivu. Good defense here from the All Blacks, wall up. Good carry there from skipper Michael Hooper. Yeah, Australia looking good here, taking play inside the 22 of the All Blacks. Well met there on D. Oh, interception from Richie Mo'unga, and that is going to be a score. Surely, Richie Mo'unga. Fantastic read there from Richie. All right, oh, Australia, shame. All right, for all money, in a positive position, you know, deep inside the All Blacks 22. All right, Richie Mo'unga coming up with a massive play there, reading it well, reading the play well, and yeah, there's no catching the man. Fantastic read there by Richie Mo'unga, further stretching out now the All Blacks lead, and I think yeah, it's pretty much game. All right. If Australia wanted to have any say in this game, I think they had to score first. All right, but I think with that, Richie has just might have taken the game away from them, but it's still early. All right, there's still about 30 minutes to play in the game, but you'd imagine that it was going to be very, very difficult for Australia to claw their way back into this game. Yeah, Richie adds to the 5 points. All right, now scores after 52 minutes. We've got the All Blacks 23, Australia 8. And you see a couple of changes there by Australia. Wow, what an awful pass from Hasami. Yeah, that'll be a massive, massive blow to the Australian side. All right, they look definitely to be on the front foot, right, and against run of play. We see the Richie Mo'unga with fantastic read on D and is able to go over 4 the 5 points and extended by a further 2. Well, once again, Siveris. Yeah, unfortunately, All Blacks getting nailed there by sending off. I'm glad that the ref is actually paying attention now to that. Interesting call here from Australia, but I'd imagine they'll look to knock this one into the corner. They need to score next. It is that simple. If they want to keep this a contest, they need to score next and do it pretty soon. And they've got a fantastic opportunity here. Right, you can see there Cody Taylor straight off his feet. Right, ceiling. Tunokuha. Call is on for George. Yeah, fantastic story how Boa has just, risen through the ranks. I think it's fantastic how, New Zealand, literally, these systems are so functional that you can be at lower leagues and, still make it as an All Black. Yeah, solid line out there. New Zealand opting not to contest. Right, doing very well to stop that maul. It's traveling backwards. Australia use it. Yeah, good hit there on Paisami, losing it in contact. All Blacks once again in action. Looking to send it wide. D-Mac. Damien McKenzie. Just a special awareness, man. The kid is special. Yeah, All Blacks looking to run it from deep in their own half. Right, yeah, I think playing into the wind, we knew that there won't be much kicking. Right, they'll be looking to run just about everything. Well met there, Hooper on a only good hit. Call well met. Line speed, yeah, from the Australian side. Brody doing well to keep it alive there to Enton. Lennon, yeah, knock on. Yeah, unfortunately, they're on the ground by Lennon Brown. An unforced error, gifting Australia with an opportunity to hit back here, to strike back. So with 55 minutes played, we've got New Zealand 23, Australia 8. And once again, Australia with the prime position, right on the 22 of the All Blacks. Center scrum, let's see what they'll be able to conjure up here. Yeah, one gets the sense that if Australia want to make this a game, right, they're going to have to strike within the next sort of 5 minutes, right, because with sort of 25 minutes to go, we've got the All Blacks leading by 15 points. Solid scrum there by Australia. Oh. Damien McKenzie with a quick tap there. Again, Australia getting pinned. Once again, Australia getting pinned there at scrum time. I'd love to see that again. There's no ways. It clearly looked like I thought New Zealand actually lost their footing there. Right. Dima quick tap, gaining his team an additional sort of 10 meters. No, once again, a poor call from the ref there at scrum time. Right. Clearly see that it was Carl who went down first. Right. However, All Blacks favorables. Good carry there, center of the field. All right, see what the All Blacks can conjure up here. But yeah, missed opportunity there from Australia. They had an opportunity to actually get it out and play, but kept it in. But kept it in sort of in the scrum and unfortunately lost that opportunity. Now, All Blacks holding. Ref. All Blacks on the Australian 22. Oh, good hands from Damien McKenzie. Yeah, All Blacks Playing with great intensity here. Getting over the advantage line at will. Fantastic cut-out pass there from Aaron Smith. Oh, fantastic finish there by David Havili. And for me, that's game, set, match. All right, once again, All Blacks clinical. All right, but I must say rather fortunate for them to even get in that position. All right, scrum time, awarded the penalty. But yeah, New Zealand once again proving to be a quality side in the opposition's 22, and they are able to make it count automatically. You know, as David Havili is able to cross over there in the corner with a very good finish. Good in-out step, show me your number. Right, and a fantastic one-handed finish there in the corner. So scores as they stand, 28-8 to Australia. Right, but I would expect, well, tough kick here for Richie. Right, kicking to the wind. But if anyone can do it, it is indeed Richie Mwanga. Let's see if he can add the additional 2 points. Richie steps up. Unfortunately, not able to add the 2 points. Right. So New Zealand further extend their 15-point lead to 20 points with that fantastic finish by David Havili. All right. Very good in out there by David Havili, making it easy for him to be able to finish that one off. So a few more changes here for the Australian side. All right, but back underway. Well fielded there by Sivu Reese. Aaron Smith looking to exit here. Holds up in the air, well done there from Tommy Banks. All right, but good kick chase there by the All Blacks. Look right in midfield, well met there by Kira. No, man, ruck is formed. Yeah, Sevilla pinned there, ruck formed. All right, hands in the ruck. Quick tap there from McDermott. All right, ref says play on. There's no scrum off. Lost there by Paisami once again in contact. All right, unfortunately, it's just not been clinical in that area. All right, point of contact, losing 2 mini ball. That's 2 out of 2 now. All right, initially a very good carry, getting over the advantage line, but unfortunately not able to retain possession. Now, All Blacks once again with an opportunity to, exit from their own half. Just a bit too many unforced errors here from the Australian side. Probably McDermott would have been better served to slow that down, get the ball, knock it down into the corner. They opted for the quick tap, but unfortunately, Australia have not enjoyed any returns from it. Scrum contest has been an interesting one. All right, according to penalty count, All Blacks have enjoyed the, the dominance. I beg to differ. A very good offload there by David Havili onto Leonard Brown. They seem to have a very good relationship going. Once again, there, Australia getting pinned. Right, we saw Sam Whitelock do the exact same thing in the first half. He wasn't penalized. Instead, the penalty went the other way. But such is rugby. Such is rugby. Now, All Blacks with yet another opportunity. All right, sort of 5 meters outside. 5 meters outside the 22 of Australia. And we've seen that every single time that they've visited. All right, we see a couple of changes here. I see Jody coming onto the field. All right, and Cody Taylor also grab a breather. Yeah, interesting to see Jody Barrett come on for Stevie Reese. I'd expect Jody maybe to slot in at the back and D-Mac to move to the wing, but we shall see. Only time will tell. Good continuity once again there from David Avili. He's one to never want to die with the ball. Fantastic steal. Thought it was stolen there from Australia, but New Zealand doing well to keep possession. Good play here from the All Blacks forwards. Right, generating quick go forward ball. Yeah, now deep inside the Australian 22. Right, within 3 meters of the try line. Fantastic carry there is Jacobson. Oh, fantastic lead drive there from Akira, just short. Damien McKenzie over in the corner to further extend, had yet another 5 points for the All Blacks. And once again, the All Blacks visit the 22 of the Australian side, and they are able to walk away with an additional 5 points. It will be a very difficult conversion here from Richard Mwanga from out in the corner. All right, same corner that Havili not so long ago dotted down. Right, there D-Mac able to spot the gap down the blind, whipping around quickly, and same wavelength. Aaron Smith, obviously, if anyone is able to spot an opportunity, it is that man, Aaron Smith. He has done it so often. So as things stand, scores 33 All Blacks, 8 Australia. Right, yeah, All Blacks starting to run away with this one. Rather, it's becoming rather ugly. As we see the All Blacks make more change. Imagine you're struggling, you're down 33-8, and you see a Beauden Barrett step up. Unfortunately, Richie Mwanga not able to call that one around. And the scores with 65 minutes played, we've got the All Blacks 33 and Australia 8, wannabes on 8. Marius Kuhn, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining me. At least this morning, yeah, we see Richie Mwanga substituted for Beauden Barrett and Patrick Tuipulotu on for Brodie Retallick. A good carry there from Patrick. Yeah, holding. Well done, McWright. Fantastic work there on the ground. All right, Australia don't have much time here. We'll have to knock this one down into the corner. Try and make it a game. All right, we've got about 14 minutes to go of this game. All right. It has been quite stop-start. And yeah, I think the difference between the two teams has just been how clinical the All Blacks are, right? How efficient they are once they get into the opposition 22, being able to walk away with points every single time they've been down there, which is something that Australia haven't been able to do. All right, I think they've visited the 22, opposition 22, more times, but they haven't been able to walk away with points at every single point. And yeah, we know that once you give the All Blacks an opportunity, all right, and you definitely have to be clinical or else you almost have to, forget about it. But a very good drive maul there from Australia. Initially, see if they can retain the ball. Yeah, Advantage paying advantage. Valentini well met. Oh, yeah, a bit scrappy there from Australia, but playing with advantage. All right, they've got an opportunity here to go again. With fantastic defense there from New Zealand, scrambling very well. I thought for all money that Australia will be in very good maul. All right. But New Zealand doing very well to scramble back and actually shut out Australia there. But also maybe Australia a bit too one-dimensional, sorry. Let's see what they can do with this position that they have now. Kira makes way for Luke Jacobson, and have fantastic, the stocks that New Zealand have in the loose trio is just incredible. Back ball once again from Australia, looking to set the maul. All right, this is traditionally a strength of theirs. All right, Australia going blind. Well met there on D. See what if they can make this count. Fantastic counter there by New Zealand, making it dirty there on the ground. Tackle called there. Still possession, Australian possession. Can they make this count? All right, so they'll have to walk away here with some points, or else it will be rather demoralizing. Good hands there for McWright. Been impressed since he's come on. He's made himself very busy, both as a ball carrier and also on defense, doing very well in the breakdown. Yeah, well done, Shirley. Well done there from Australia. Well done there from Australia, finally making the pressure and the position count. All right, Tommy Banks able to cross over there. And Noah will be looking to add the 2 additional points. Yeah, fantastic play there from Australia. Australian 22 doing very well to straighten. Noah with a good pump fake short, right? And yeah, Matt Tamoa doing very well to engage the defense and let it go out to Tommy Banks, and he crosses over for a score. All right, so as things stand, it's 33-13. All right, see if Noah can add the 2 additional points to make it a 33-15 game. All right, and 10 minutes go. Can Australia claw the way back? Highly unlikely. All right, but hopefully it's an exciting finish to the game. Hasn't been his best kicking display this afternoon for Noah. All right, bit windy in Eden Park. All right, but 1 out of 4 is never good. He's left about 8 points there out there for the Australian side. Now steps up. Unfortunately, once again, he's not able to add the 2 additional points. So as it stands, Australia chipping away at the lead. All right, the try there from Tommy Banks. All right, and the score is 33-13 to the All Blacks with less than 10 minutes to play. Carried there by Callaway. Oh, well done. Good attack there from Australia. Doing well with the would-be runners, the dummy runners. All right, taking a play to the 10-meter line. Unfortunate, but static there. Valentini now on the ball. Chip and chase, good kick there. D-Mac, though, is there to mop things up. Oh, New Zealand fortunate there. Yeah, Poyden Barrett. Fortunate there. Good chase there from Valentini. Good work. Right, and you see there Aaron Smith making an exit on his 100th test. What a phenomenal player he's been. Brad Weber now taking to the field. I'll pick William Nana. Solid as always. Great shift there by Aaron Smith. Opportunity here for Brad Weber. New Zealand here with the defensive line out. Good take there. Good carry, Jacobson. Good kick there from Weber. Wiena, your misplaced pass. Looked like Callaway. Come on, Sevilla. Fell on the man. That's a penalty. Quick hands there for Valentini. Unfortunately, losing it in the tackle. Australia losing it in the tackle there, giving position over to New Zealand, giving New Zealand yet another opportunity to possibly cross over for one more try, But I think it's a foregone conclusion that this first Bledisloe Cup, right, that New Zealand will walk away victorious here. All Blacks 33, Wallabies 13. And we saw in this game that Aaron Smith became the fifth sort of halfback to get 100 test caps. And yeah, I must say a fantastic effort from Aaron Smith. And I think, it's been central to sort of most things good with New Zealand rugby over the past 10 years or so. Great servant of the game. Back down, but New Zealand, finally, Australia all doing very well. Australia being rewarded there for a massive scrum. Perhaps give them an opportunity to knock this down into All Blacks half and see if they can at least, draw more blood out. Tom Banks needs to work on his, out of hand kicking. So Tom Banks, the penalty has taken play sort of halfway between the 22 and 10-meter line of the All Blacks. Solid line out there. Valentini. Come on, release. Good pick up there from Australia. Fantastic kick there. Tommy Banks. Fantastic. Good play there from Australia. Good innovation. All right. Able to get behind the All Blacks, exploit the gap at the back. All right. And Tom Banks is able to grab his second try. Fantastic chase there. Good kick. All right. Fantastic chase. Good nudge ahead. Easy 5-pointer. Australia having a very good finish to this game. All right. But one gets the sense that a little too late. A little too late here. So with that, Tommy Banks takes the score to 33-18, but we've got sort of like 5 minutes left of the game. Less than 5 minutes left of the game. At the 10 points that Noah has missed in this game, all of a sudden it's a different ball game. So he hasn't had too great a game from a kicking off the tee. All right. That's something, definitely an area that he will have to improve. And once again, unfortunately, there's not able to knock that one over. All right, that's 12 points now. Add 12 points to the score, all of a sudden it's a different ball game. All right, so Noah's just has to work on his tee kicking. Yes, a bit windy out there, but 1 out of 6, simply not good enough for the international stage. But underway once again. Well taken there from Callaway. Surely a penalty advantage. Jody Barrett around the neck there. Yeah, I think Australia will be rather frustrated, all right? I don't think New Zealand has been that much better than them in this game, honest opinion. All right, but it's just that New Zealand have just been more clinical, all right? When they did visit the opposition's 22, they were able to walk away with points, all right? It's the similar thing that we saw against Fiji, to be fair. All right, so there will be plenty of encouragement from the Wallabies camp. All right, but yeah, just a few things to work on for next week. Yeah, once again, New Zealand doing very well. Yeah, that's a penalty. Taking up space, that's he's hard. Hooper in the midfield. All right, play taking place just inside the All Blacks half. No, looking to let it go. McWright, fantastic carry. I've actually been quite impressed by him. He's come on and has really made an impact in this game. Ball as well, very good carry. Oh, New Zealand offsides all day. Back inside for Tommy Banks. He's had a very good game. Unfortunately, double movement though on the ground. But Australia finishing this game definitely stronger of the two sides. All right, yeah, it's just the coaches will be wondering why leave it so late. All right, so we've got like just a minute left of this game. All right, let's see if Australia can walk away with yet another score. Oh, good move there from the line out by Australia. Good carry. Oh, fortunately there for Australia, a bit of ill discipline. Right, straight down. Man consider straight down, but again, yeah, I can't blame the Wallabies for feeling a bit disappointed there at the breakdown. I think yeah, New Zealand have gotten quite a few favorable calls here. But yeah, we just under a minute left. All Blacks with the last attacking opportunity. Yeah, it should be a penalty. Yeah, a penalty for Australia there. New Zealand crouching up too fast. Right, Michael Hooper on the ball. What is he going to do? Why don't they go for line out? Interesting call there by the Wallabies. I thought they would have gone for a line out. All right, sort of the line out has worked well. All right, also have a solid drive more, but alas, they've decided to play it. All right, let's see what they can do. Look at New Zealand, always offsides. Good carry there by Ball in midfield, but well made by Patrick. Australia looking to end with a flurry. Yeah. Playing advantage. What can they do? Yeah, can they finish off with a try? Almost reminds me of games that we used to play as youngsters, last try wins. But obviously it doesn't work the same here at international level. Right, but I'm sure it will give the Wallaby camp massive belief if they can score yet another try here to end this particular game. So that they tapped it last time, but it seems like now they're going for the line out. All right, the game, yes, time is 82nd minute, playing overtime now. Let's see if Australia can finish off strongly here. But yeah, as we wrap up this game, please do join us later for the British and Irish Lions game. Stevie P will be with you guys. All right, yeah, and promises to be a humdinger. All right, series decider, British and Irish Lions versus the world champions. You know, you do not want to miss that. But yeah, fantastic score there from Australia to finish the game. And I think it will just give them a boost, right, going into the following, the following test matches there. But from my side, thank you. Thank you for keeping me company. All right, and please do join us later on for the British and Irish Lions game. It definitely promises to be a humdinger of a game. But yeah, final score here, we've got 33 All Blacks. Right, 25 Australia.